All right, you've all been warned, recording is in progress. So now we want to talk about the pfit notebook. So this is the one, can anybody remind me what are the three kind of calibration files that we need for every image? Obviously, we just did our darks. What are the other two?
Bias and flat.
Exactly. So the pfit is kind of where we get our flats from. And it kind of creates this file that is basically scalable to whatever image, because it takes all of the darks that we took and finds kind of that base level noise. So instead of taking darks and biases separately, because they're so similar, you can actually make your biases out of your darks. And that's essentially what the pfit notebook is kind of doing. And so, so if we bring that one up, let me think. We'll need to actually download a decent amount of data now that I think about it. What's the best way to do this? One second, I'm trying to think what's the most effective way, because I could go download all of the files now. It might take a couple minutes to do so. Do you guys think that's the best use of our time, or should we just kind of go through and discuss the steps, and then you guys can try it on your own, and next week we can go through it if people had trouble? Which would you guys prefer?
Okay, since maybe downloading the data needed will take more time, maybe let's just go through explaining, then we'll try to do it ourselves, something like that.
Sounds good to me. Does anybody want to share their screen and open the pfit notebook? Because if you downloaded the folder that had the mean dark notebook, the pfit one is also in there.
Is it the folder you uploaded last week?
I think so, yes. No, not last week. This was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Because, okay, I don't have
actually,
that.
just in case of network issues, I'll share my screen. That way we know the recording is going to be nice and clear. That way we don't have to record somebody else's screen and worry about connection speeds. So give me just a moment to open up the notebooks. I need to reinstall Anaconda on my computer so that I can launch Python from the terminal. Because as of right now, I have to open up the actual launcher. I can't figure out why it won't take my commands. Okay, so where's my Zoom window? There we are. All right, now you guys are going to see a great example of why you should always organize your stuff better than me. My downloads folder is a nightmare. I want to say it's called, not darks, should be Notebooks 2022, I think. Oh, 2022 notebooks. Got it. Okay, so here are all the different folders. There's different versions of different notebooks in there. Usually just try to use the highest number or the most recent one. So what we're going to be doing is our pfit. And there's only one in pfit, so nice and easy. So one thing I really want to stress is when you open these notebooks, definitely read through all of the history. The history is probably not as important unless you really want to get into some of the things that changed along the way. But this is all great information that Dr. Harper put in here while making this notebook. So definitely make sure you guys read through that. And so here we're just kind of setting some of the variables that we're going to be using. And so we're going to run this twice, essentially, with one for high gain, one for low gain. So you'll have to kind of go through this notebook twice, changing this one out. And then, of course, you have imports. And then we already know what to do here, making sure that we're getting to our data. Now, as we go down here, all the fun imports. I'm sure there's libraries I have to bring in. Oh, I might have to get you guys the DAH functions text file because you guys might not have that one, and he's using it here. Because you're gonna have to obviously change this to reflect where, this library is. So I will make sure that gets sent out as well, so you guys can download that and put it wherever you need to, and then direct it here. And now, of course, it's again that big long list of functions. Some more extra functions specific to this notebook. And then we've got our listing all the things in our directory. Now, for this one, we are actually just kind of taking everything because we want to use all of our mean darks. Polyfit, okay. And then construct a restricted list of files to view and or combine. Yes, okay, so this is where we kind of create our list. We're looking for kind of those mean dark files. And this is just one of the other, what does that represent? Is that the date? Yeah, that's the date. Okay. Yeah, because these were 11/21/2021. Got it. So then you put in the date in the same pattern or same format that you find it in the files of the mean darks. So if you want mean darks just from a specific day, you can see they all have this in here. And we only want to combine mean darks from the same day because obviously conditions change each day. So it's not as consistent if we use mean darks from different days because the temperature could have been different. The humidity could have been different, all sorts of different things that can affect the darks and the biases. We want it to be as close to that night that the data was taken as possible. And then sort the files by exposure time. Here we're creating the core of our output file name. So this is just kind of setting up what our pfit is going to be called. And essentially it's just going to be kind of, high gain, low gain, and then whatever the date is going to be. Because we're just looking at kind of, when were these taken? And that's kind of the main information that we need to know. And if it's high gain or low gain, which just makes a big difference. And then we're pulling information from the headers. There's some plots we can make. Let me see. Yeah, and then here's where we create the actual polyfit file. Now, it's actually been a little while since I went through this one. I actually have a different file that I used on my computer somewhere for this one. So I can't give you guys the best heads up, but here you can see, the output file name. So here's what our dark polyfit looks like. Again, basically just our bias. And here you can see the header and all of the fun stuff. And now you can save the file. And so then it's the save df, and you just kind of have it go to a specific folder on your computer. And that is that. And then there's a couple other things down here. You can uncomment a couple things, look at different ways of graphing things from the pfit. You can look for certain trends. So there's a bunch of stuff to go through in here. But just remember, once you've got the file, that's when we're feeling pretty good. So if you can make it to there, which is a ways into the notebook, then you're good to go. And that's kind of where we need to be. So make sure you get through all the stuff. Obviously, the data pass is probably one of the biggest hurdles as far as just making sure those are correct. Otherwise, nothing's going to work at all. And making sure you have the DAH functions. Obviously, this is Dr. Harper and
Hello,
some
Adam.
functions that he made in a document. Oh, hello.
Hello, Adam.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. To the data path. Where are we to direct the path to? Like, do you have to download fresh image files, or we use the main DAP we've created?
Yes, that is a great question. So when you're using these, when you're doing this, you want to use your mean darks. So in reality, what we need to do, especially for this step, which is why I didn't want to do it right now, but if we go to the stars.uchicago page, and I'm just going to move this window over here, we go to our date, which was August 22nd, or August, is it not the 22nd? Or was it?
I think, was it 6th?
August 2nd. Oh yeah, you're right, August 6th. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because there's SIDS data. So obviously we have all of our data in here, and it's all 16 seconds or 128 seconds. But we have to make mean darks for every incremental one. So we need a mean dark for 1 second. We need a mean dark for 2. We need mean dark for 4. We need mean darks for 8. We need mean darks for 16, 32, so on. And then we'll get to flats in a second. But basically what I'd recommend is you're going to have to download essentially everything in this folder. And obviously that can be quite a bit. These files actually aren't too large now that I look at them, but it might take quite a bit of time. So make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi that isn't limited in any way, like you're not using data or something like that. But yeah, so you're going to need every single dark from August 6th, and you're going to have to make mean darks for every single exposure length. And you're going to have 2 of each. So you'll have a high, bin 1 high gain for 1 second, and bin 1 low for 1 second. And then same with the rest of them. So this is where you want to get all of your data from. If you guys want, I can make it a little easier. I can download all this data, send it out in a zip folder so that you just have to download the one folder. Would you guys prefer I do that?
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
I can do that. Yeah, that's easy. So I'll take care of that. So you guys just have to download the one compressed file, and then you guys can start working on all of those.
Thank you.
My pleasure. But that's all I got for the pfit notebook. Make sure you guys have this notebook downloaded. If not, let me just pull up Slack really quick. Everyone can still see my screen, right? Am I really not logged in?
Yeah, sure.
Can everybody see my
Yeah.
screen if I go over here?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can see it.
Okay. So not Athens, all sky. So if you go up, here's the darks folder. This is just the darks for 16 seconds. So you no need to re-download this one. Wait till I put the new one out. But if you just have the mean dark folder notebook from a while ago and you didn't download the pfit, they're all in this zip file here. That's where you can get every single notebook that we're going to be using for our data reduction. And yeah, that's that. I've got nothing else. And I promise I will actually put out the survey to find a new time for our meetings so that they're not on Friday evenings for you guys and make things a little easier for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. But I've got to get going. So sorry, I had to cut today's meeting a little bit short, but I have to actually leave work a little early today. Yeah, so sorry about that. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. And Chioma, let me know how problem solving goes with the notebook.
Okay.
And if you figure out the solution, let me know what you did because I'm very curious.
All right. All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry I joined late. I was having issues trying
Oh, no worries.
to
Thanks for making it on. I appreciate it. And yeah, how is everything working out with your computer yet, Nameka? How is everything going on that end?
Nothing yet, but I'm hopeful that by the end of this weekend, I should be able to I'm going to format it tomorrow.
Okay.
I've not been able to recover anything, so I'll just go ahead and format it by tomorrow.
All right. Well, sounds good. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Have a good day.
All right. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.